All right, so we're doing something a little different today. We're just looking at the photos that Lego just dropped of some of the biggest Lego Star Wars sets of this year, like this brand new MTT, like the Turbo Tank, like the new UCS ATST, as well as the playset Jango Starship or the Slave One. So we're gonna look at all these photos. Hopefully, we'll get more photos of the other sets soon. I should have reviews very soon here on the channel, but I just wanted to give you guys my raw, honest opinions, just my initial impressions. First off, it's a very bittersweet day, and I'll talk about that. And I'm specifically talking about, I mean, look at this set, right? This MTT looks amazing, but it's 976 pieces and it's $160. Like, that is so bittersweet that the set looks so fantastic, yet it's so expensive. On the bright side, we're also getting really good minifigures. I mean, Ayla Secura, Commander Bly, 12-year-old David has been asking for Commander Bly forever. We're getting the pilot battle droid. This was first seen, I believe, in the gift with purchase last year, the battle droid troop carrier. Notably, the Commando droids are back, but they're in a metallic dark gray color. And then, oh my goodness, this MTT is just something else, guys. I have a ton of photos. These do come from the Ambassador Network, so there's lots to view here. And again, it's pretty raw. We're just literally looking at them as I'm talking. I think this MTT looks fantastic. I know some people will probably say it's small. It is going to be smaller, most likely, than that brown one. Just my first impressions here. I know a lot of people are going to definitely complain about this part right here, which is the lack of battle droids, right? There's only 6 placements, but I'm already seeing there's one stud, so you can clearly move one of these over, and then you can have at least 4 on each side. So instead of 6 battle droids, you can have 8, just with like the simplest modification ever to stack them next to each other. So that's an easy mod. And then I myself will attempt definitely doing a second layer here. But this mechanism looks like it doesn't just go outwards, it also might drop down and go outwards, which is more accurate to what you see in the movies and in the Clone Wars show. So yeah, this might be my favorite of the Summer Wave. Is it the fairest priced one? I'll talk more about in my review, but obviously it's overpriced. Full interior at the top here. Again, you can see the mechanism. Just like the previous iterations of the MTT, more in line with the 2008 one. There is like a fun back exterior here. They can open these flaps, and looks like you can get in there. It's where you'll put your blasters, and I think this definitely shows it off a little bit better. I mean, this set looks awesome. Oh, we have to mention this. First off, this is a printed piece right here, the big dish at the front. Glad to see that. And then stickers right here. But it's really cool that this is the first MTT to actually have the eyes. These are accurate, believe it or not. The kind of Vulture droid eyes, if you will. And yeah, this looks sweet. There's the Commando droid. I'm indifferent about the color change. It is somewhat accurate, but I think this should have been dark orange and not dark brown. I'll have to judge the actual minifigure when I have it in person. Battle droid. Ayla Secura is returning. I'm curious what blue color this is. I wonder if this is the same, like medium blue, I think it was, for the previous iteration of her from the 2017 fighter tank. And here's what we really want to see. The lifestyle images, because this isn't digital renders. You can actually see what the figures really look like. Oh my god. Come on, Lego. Upside down micro binoculars. Oh, come on now. That's hilarious. Ayla Secura looks great. Got the, these Commando droids, they look a little bit more animated. Maybe it's the way the eyes look right here. I don't know. I just think my eyes just go right to this MTT. I think it's one of the best looking Clone Wars sets we've had in some time. Maybe like the 2022 ATT was like my last biggest favorite, where just right out of the box, it doesn't feel like it needs to be modified in any way. This MTT doesn't feel like it needs any modification. Maybe you take these stud launcher turrets off, because those look a little silly. But other than that, man, like, this looks so clean. Yeah, the more I look at this set, the more I love it. Like, this thing looks so cool. It gives me 2008 vibes. It just sucks that it's $160. I will, though. I will probably be picking up a few of these. Maybe not initially, but I've got to have a few of these, especially once the price goes below 160, because Oh my goodness, beautiful. All right, moving on. Let's get on to the other set. A lot of images here. Lego gave us 100 different images of all these Lego Star Wars sets. All right, this is it. Jango Fett's Starship. The first time we've gotten the playset since 2002. Now, obviously, we just came off the UCS set, and that was a wonderful set. I love that. I think it's unanimously agreed upon that the community loves it as well. Fairly priced. Feel like you get a lot of value. And now we have the playset version at the same time as the UCS version. I'll talk more about this in my review, but that's wild. This set is supposed to be, I believe, $70, so it actually matches the piece count pretty well. Still, $70, that's an expensive price tag for a set like this. It's probably going to be on the smaller end. It looks to be exactly the same size as the Boba Fett's version of the Starship that we got a few years back. So, and that was, I believe, a $50 set, right? So we're going from 50 to 70, and yeah, that sucks. Again, this entire summer wave is expensive. There's just no cutting that. It's expensive, and some of the stuff is just ridiculously expensive and like insane pricing. And again, I'll talk about that in the review. All right, back to the set. It does have the stand, and it's similar to what we again had with Boba, but instead of a ladder here, it's like it looks like it's another section. I don't know. I guess I'll see it when I review it, but this looks cool. I like this. Again, looks about the same scale as Boba's, but oh man, the minifigures. So it's indifferent with the fans. I'm still trying to figure out where I personally stand on this, but they did remove the arm printing on Jango. Was that the right decision? And to leave the arm printed Jango in the UCS set, given that's a $300 set, and now it's an exclusive minifigure to that set. It's very controversial. No matter what Lego does, they're going to piss off someone, whether that's someone who wants the arm printed Jango or someone that wants the exclusive figure in the UCS set. Like, there's no technical right answer to please everybody. That's just how it is, in my opinion. But let me know down in the comments below. I'm just indifferent about this. But at least you are getting a really good Jango Fett. I mean, yes, the arm printing's gone, but everything else about the figure is great. I do look at this figure, and yeah, that looks like the same jetpack as the UCS one. We are getting the antenna. That piece is kind of ridiculously also expensive on the aftermarket right now. Same exact Boba. Again, I'll have to double check that. And then, oh my goodness, Mr. Prime Minister of Kamino. Wow. that's so awesome to see. I mean, yes, just yes. Rich Boy Jay, you got your wish. That's fantastic. And here's what the set looks like in the lifestyle images. It looks really good. Looks clean. I like the way it looks. I don't like these stickers. Good grief. They look even worse in these photos, but these are probably prototype stickers. But the figures look fantastic, especially the Kaminoan. Oh my goodness. Yes, and yes. Yeah. Really cool set. Lama Su looks fantastic. That's going to be a high. I mean, that is the sole reason, right? If you have the UCS version, I find it very hard for someone to now go buy this. But with this figure, Lego clearly knew what they were doing, because now you want to buy this set just for Lama Su alone. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. If you have the UCS Jango Fett Starship, do you feel like you want this playset now because of the figure, or just because you just want the smaller version? Regardless, I'm happy this set exists, although it just pisses me off because the Republic gunship, right? The UCS Republic gunship that we had a few years back. I thought because of that UCS set existing, we couldn't have a normal version of the Republic gunship, hence why we got the Coruscant Guard gunship. But now that this Starship exists in the playset version, it just kind of really irks me that we never got that regular gunship. Because apparently the two can live side by side, a UCS and a playset. I don't know. That's just me. Moving on. Let's get on to this right here, the ATST. This is a UCS set, believe it or not. I thought this was going to be some type of new line, like the Starship Collection or something. I thought this was going to be like a really advanced playset, like with better techniques and more in-depth building. I personally imagined this rumored ATST to be like a more minifigure scale version with some like trees on Endor or something around it, with maybe some Ewoks and the driver, but clearly that is not what this is. This is just a normal UCS set. In fact, this looks like the one that we got in 2007, which I do have, and I'm actually rebuilding the set as we speak, and it almost looks the exact same size. It's right here. It's 14.5 inches tall. So in my eyes, also that's funny. Like in this diagram, you can see the little tire piece right there. That's a, huh. I wonder. We'll have to look at a different view of that. That looks really interesting. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, there is a giant tire piece in the middle of the set. That's cool. I kind of enjoy that. But yeah, obviously this is not a minifigure scale set. It's just a display set, just like the previous iteration. It's just an updated version with probably better techniques. Doesn't look like more posability here on the legs, which might be unfortunate because I remember the other one was just like super stiff, the one from 2007. It's a forgotten UCS set too. But we are getting a minifigure here, and I'll talk about that here in a second. There does seem to be stickers in this set, which is unfortunate. This is supposed to be, I think, a $200 set, just over 1,500 pieces. So again, not great price per piece ratio, but for a UCS set, that's about what I would expect something like this to be, given the modern LEGO Star Wars pricing. It's a sizable set, and I can't wait to compare it against some others. I love these lifestyle images that LEGO does. I love these. This is an IKEA piece. I've seen this in the IKEA store. This olive green kind of lattice shelf. That's a cool little thing. Clearly the designers knew what was up. I love the old film cameras. All right, I'm just gushing over the photography of this set. Moving on. Yeah, this looks like a sticker right here. That sucks. But the model looks good. I think I would have rather had a more advanced playset model with trees, though. Let me know down in the comments. Do you like that this is just a normal UCS, like super size set, or do you wish we had like an actual play scale size to a minifigure sized version of this that was just more advanced with some foliage around it? Because that's what I imagined this set to be, and clearly that's not it. There's the tire. There's that tire. That's a cool looking tire. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a normal tire. But yeah, cool looking set. I'm looking forward to reviewing this. I don't think everybody's going to be excited for this one, but this does look to be a printed plaque. It should be a printed plaque. Okay, on to the minifigure. There is indeed arm printing right there. And I apologize if you hear my dog River barking in the background. He is doing his thing. I love how they have like a blank picture. This is not supposed to be here, but it's probably for the Photoshop editors. That's pretty hilarious. But yes, the ATST driver minifigure is an exclusive minifigure to this set, and it does have arm printing. It's very hard to see from these images, but right here you can see it. Looks really good. I'm excited. All right, on to the last one, the one we've all been waiting for, maybe. I don't know. I'm so indifferent about this set. Well, first off, it is $160. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second. 813 pieces, $160. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Now, to be fair, the last turbo tank was 900 and something pieces, just over 900 pieces. I think it's one or two less minifigures, and it retailed for $110. So you're getting more minifigures, less pieces. And then I think what also made the 2016 or 2017 turbo tank have that extra 100 pieces was the fact that it had that ATRT. That's obviously not here with this version. Yeah, and first off, we have to talk about, it's not called a turbo tank. It's called a Republic Juggernaut, which is the official, actual in-canon universe name. A turbo tank, I don't know where that came from exactly. That might have been a Lego name, because obviously the 2005 set was named Turbo Tank, but it might have been just a toy name that someone either at Lucasfilm or at Lego came up with. I actually want to know the background of that now. But Republic Juggernaut is the official name of this vehicle in the Star Wars canon. Now, elephant in the room. Obviously, this is another bittersweet set, right? You're getting minifigures that we've always wanted, and we're getting another turbo tank, which is great, or a Republic Juggernaut. But clearly, Galactic Marines and Commander Bakara and Kita Mundi, all of that should be with an UT-AT. You don't see this clone turbo tank in the very quick Megiddo Order 66 scene. And it's just so bittersweet because I want a UT-AT, like everybody. I want that UT-AT. I'm gonna try to rebuild this set into a UT-AT, or maybe combine another with this and see if I can do it. But It is a Lego set, guys. Don't forget that you don't have to build the model. You can make whatever you want. Don't forget that. That is what inherently makes it a Lego set. Is like you can change it to whatever you want it to be. It is frustrating though. Like ultimately, we should have gotten a UTAT here. As for my thoughts on this turbo tank, it's very simple looking. Obviously, yeah, it's downscaled, but I don't think it's that much smaller. It might be almost the same size as the 2017 one. Time will tell. I'll have this in hand to review here in a few days. And of course, I'm going to be comparing against all the turbo tanks, all the Republic Juggernauts that we've gotten up to this point. Yeah, I don't think the turbo tank looks bad. I just think there should have been a little bit more greebling, a little bit more detail. It looks too simplified, right? I like that they're using some sand blue right here. This tower looks way too simple. They're actually using the Harry Potter wand piece right there for the little gun turret, and it looks like they're using the Overwatch piece as well. I mean, there's some, and they're also utilizing the one. There's some decent greebling here, but like, I don't know, it's tiles, maybe, dare I say it should have more stickers. Something about it just looks too simple. Maybe it's the wheels. I kind of like the brick built wheels. I don't know. It's different. Time will tell. I want to build this in person. And then here's the actual photos of the minifigures. So let's talk about this for a second. First off, these Galactic Marines, mwah, chef's kiss, except for the fact that, yeah, no comma, no waist cape. Same, of course, with Commander Bly. I forgot to mention that earlier. That is the frustration with all of these summer clone troopers. I was hoping, fingers crossed, I was hoping that we were going to get waist capes once more, but clearly that's just not the case here, and that's disappointing. That really is disappointing, especially given the price that LEGO's asking for here. On the bright side, it is a dual-molded, brand new Galactic Marine helmet. This isn't a rehash of the Snow Trooper helmet that's been like printed on. It's its own thing, and it looks really cool. Like, I like this design that LEGO's gone with. This is an interesting choice. It looks different than any of the custom minifigures that I've seen. And then we have Bakara here, which is a figure I never thought we would get. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, first impressions, it just looks okay. Again, no waist cape. The design on the torso looks good. Something about this helmet just seems a little wonky to me. Maybe it's the way it's printed on. I'm not sure. Kidamundi here. This looks to be like a slightly updated version from the battle pack that we got in 2018. He looks great. No complaints there. And then 3 normal battle droids. And here's what's interesting about this turbo tank. As we're looking through these photos, you'll notice that first off, for the first time, you can open it up from the top. That's a new feature. None of the other turbo tanks have had that. There's a pretty open front cockpit here, which looks pretty good. And here, all right, here's like a kid to give you an idea of scale. Again, it doesn't look that small in person. Not trying to justify it, but it doesn't look that small. I think it's going to be closer to that 2016 turbo tank, the last time we got the turbo tank. I think it's going to be closer to that size than I think a lot of us are thinking in our heads, that it's downscaled. And then, of course, just like the 2016 version, we have the flaps that open up on the sides. That's really cool. And, yeah, I mean, there's actually a good amount of troop room there. It looks like you can get all your Galactic Marines and Bakara and Kidamundi in there and still have room. That's good to see. So there is a lot of room to work around. It's a small set, but at least they thought about the interior, whereas I don't feel like they thought about that with the U-Wing from earlier this year. And, I love seeing the wheels like that. That looks really cool. It does look like a turbo tank. It's so bittersweet. We're getting minifigures we've always wanted. We're getting another turbo tank. Both things we want. It's just this combination is kind of crazy. Oh, from the top down, you can actually see it's more spaced out than you might imagine. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seats at least. There might be more room in this area as well. We don't know what's hiding in here. So pretty roomy turbo tank at least. It's small, but at least it's roomy on the inside. So plenty of ample opportunities to modify this. I think it needs some greebling, some more detail on the outside. I don't hate this set. I don't think it's worth $160 at all. But I don't hate the set. I think out of these sets that I'm talking about today, the 4 sets, MTT, hands down, my favorite set, actually looks like a really premium LEGO Star Wars playset product that we should have for the Clone Wars. Turbo Tank here, I think, could have just used some more time cooking. Jango Fett Starship, I'm indifferent about. ATST, I was imagining something different, is what it is. those are my initial impressions, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll have reviews for all these sets and the others to be announced very, very soon in the coming days. So make sure you're subscribed. Let me know your thoughts. How crazy is this pricing? $160. Insane pricing. Insane pricing is what it is. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.